This is London with Bitcoin Spike. Way to trade. We're going to talk about Bitcoin. Shout out, hit the like button if you're trading Bitcoin. I want to tell you guys we caught the move in the back again. Boom, boom. This is London, former hedge fund owner, private, non-SEC, non-financial advice. Look at the bull flag. Baby bull flag. We'll go over the technicals, but a shout out to the VIP. And I'll tell you guys, I brought this bull flag. Look at this stodgy micro bull flag. We have this hiding on the 1 minute time frame. Found it this morning. Boom. I prepared you guys for a daily bullish pattern. We'll review that. But yes, want to talk about that stodgy bull flag I brought to the VIP. And look, boom. Look at that, guys. Nice move to the upside. How many trades have we caught this week? A lot of the action in the back we've caught. I'm bringing it to you. I got to tell you guys, since 1792, the year 1792, with the New York Stock Exchange, people have been trying to beat the market. That is why we trade. We want to beat the market. If you are VIP, understand that heritage. Since 1792 with the New York Stock Exchange, guys and girls have been trying to beat the market, guys. We are in the market to beat the market. Bull market or bear market, we want it to be our market. If you're not with a trading group yet, make sure you join the #1 trade group. This is London, former hedge fund owner, private, non-SEC, non-financial advice. Look at the trade today. Venus, beautiful, beautiful trade. Bravo, 260%. Bam, that's what I like to see. In a previous trade, we're talking about Matic. I brought to some curated charts, guys, in the back. When I talk about a macro feature on Bitcoin, you're going to love it. But a previous trade on Matic went for 949%. Very, very nicely done. I think that brought in about 20K on that specific move. Venus, #1 contributor to the channel. Beautiful, beautiful in terms of trading, just dynamic approach that you have. Light trades, consistent. I'll just say, guys, over the top kind of exposure, things like that won't happen in VIP. You will not get that excessive height. You'll get hands like Venus in terms of the market, consistent, dedicated. I'd say just a disciplined approach, not overexposed on any one trade. She's had an incredible amount of success. Let's take a look at, I said beautiful 2 or 3 times. Absolutely, the women in VIP are beautiful. That applies to you clearly, Venus. And we got a lot of beautiful pictures up here. Jubal, I'm looking at you right now. I won't count you in that category. You know that, okay? In terms of the, he's from Alaska. What's up, Jubal? Haven't talked to you in a minute. Hope you're doing well. And Will, shout out to you as well. In terms of the prospects, we have some interesting dynamics in play. Very interesting dynamics in play. I hope you guys came to really focus in and settle into VIP for a minute. Now, I'm gonna say, guys, the majority of the moves, the last week, we've caught them in the back. If you're not with VIP, it must be miserable to sit there and watch and not know. We're catching them in the back, so I know you must tune in and be like, well, we missed it again. Guys, you gotta be on the market. I talk about since 1792. Absolutely, since 1792. It's been a race, guys. You gotta be prepared. And I tell you this, when I market VIP, so you know, I don't market it so we can build a YouTube channel. Ooh, we want a YouTube channel. Ooh, we want to make some money on YouTube. Ooh, guys, since 1792, people have been dedicated towards beating the market. That's what we want to do. We want to follow in that lineage. We want to be #1. I'm serious, guys. You know, we've had BlackRock, JP Morgan, etc. We want to be #1. That's it. No excuses, no apologies. If you want to beat the market, you join us. Bottom line, guys, whether or not you're white collar or blue collar. Now, let's look at the specifics on the daily. Told you we were in a bullish pattern, right? Yes. Now, we're also along a line of support. I can go over that. Let's review very quickly. Let's review the specific pattern. The specific pattern in play, that bell formation, that expansion, right? Descending line of support, descending line of resistance. I also prepared you all, anybody who picked up on this level of support. Guys, always be prepared for a drop in the market, without a doubt. I'll tell you right now, our fire and ice is firing on that 4-hourly top pro line. You guys know that. We picked up here on the 4-hourly pro line. We have an indicator for our VIP. It's hugely successful. Bam, looking at this drop down into that level of support. What this is, guys, is an expansion. We call them a bell. We like to rock the bells to the upside. You just saw that on the daily. Beautifully well done. Let's switch into the 4-hourly. And I've got a pattern, structure, and framework that we need to talk about. Now, I will say that looking at Matic is a big dog, guys. Matic is a big dog. We like to trade Matic. Looking at Ethereum, the difference between Ethereum and Matic right now, bringing a lot of those charts to the back, and congrats to Venus. I think you've got strong positions in both Matic and Ethereum right now. Those two charts really help me reframe. I have to be honest, guys. Doing that work helped me reframe the Bitcoin chart. We are poised beautifully. I want to tell you guys, we're poised beautifully for the incoming CPI report, which is going to be on Tuesday morning, 8:30 a.m. CPI report, this inflationary, guys, this business on inflation. Wednesday, we'll hear from the head guy, Jerome Powell. Now, why am I bringing that up? It's beautiful if you understand the technicals, the way that they are feeding into the fundamentals. Okay, inflation. Which direction will the market take right now? We can take a right or we can take a left in the road, right? It's gonna be, we're gonna take a right or left. There is a fork in the road that is incoming. Why do I like the technicals right now? Because from one standpoint, let's take a look at the 4 hourly. Do you see the descending triangulation that we had? Without a doubt, right? Now we're up and over a descending triangulation. Could set as a double bottom. We could traject to the upside. When I'm talking about a positional, let's say, possibility right or left, what makes the difference? As you saw today, the first chart I brought you, the micro. And I know you guys want an answer for next week, next year. Guys, we're gonna look at the next 5 minutes. The next 1 minute on our chart, we'll be trading in the back. Day trading, guys, the term day trading came about, okay, for traders that typically will close their trades at the end of the day. They're done, we trade tomorrow. Okay, so people who want to get locked into next week, next month, what's it gonna do day after tomorrow and then after tomorrow, guys, day traders, you focus in right now. You look right now. Yes, we have pattern formations, Elliott waves, etc. But as we look at the trajectory into next week, I want to prepare you. As we have that descending triangulation, being over descending triangle is not a very favorable position. Okay, for bulls, we don't prefer to be over a descending triangle. We'll take it. We'll take the trades. Right? We had that micro, and pay attention. We had that micro bull flag, bringing up this channel formation as well, which I brought to you all, and I hope you guys appreciate it. I brought this to you guys, this specific channel formation in here, right? We brought this to you in here, catching these moves in here, and guys, down to that level of support. What I'm gonna say is that channel framework played out beautifully. The question right now is we're over a descending triangulation. Do you see if we have to take a move to the downside based upon any data or otherwise that could come out, CPI? I love this setup. What do we have to the upside? A very nice, very nice, guys, approach here. Look at this on the 4 hourly with a flat top resistance on the 4 hourly or the hourly, ascending line of support. We're looking very close to being in conformance with an ascending triangulation. So we have the descending triangulation. Will we head south? Let's say we get some news with CPI that inflation is still roaring. Boom, we're going to the downside, guys. I would say, by all anticipation, if we get some roaring inflationary news, that's gonna muster up Powell. The Fed's gonna come after the markets, guys. I'm gonna tell you guys. So to the extent that we might get a surprise on an inflationary note and the Fed would not be done yet, that's gonna cause some retraction in the market. If we get some pleasant news in line with expectations, possibly, guys, we might see this ascending triangulation play out to the upside. That would be the fork in the road. Do you see how nicely it's laid out? When you appreciate the technicals and you understand how they feed into the fundamentals, you start to think back, and I like that journey. I pulled something up earlier on about that 1792, right? The formation of the New York Stock Exchange. And I start to think about like all the heritage built in. Who wins? Who beats the market? It's the guys who are beyond the hype. Guys, we focus on New York Institute of Finance. We focus on being dedicated to this, I'm gonna say, to the trade. We do trade, but it is a trade. And we're excited to bring you the best in terms of the ability to further your own trade game. Bottom line, remember, if it's a bear market, a bull market, we want it to be our market, okay? You're gonna do that by being lightly exposed. Our specific indicators doing beautifully well. That 4 hourly has been strong. The hourly has been strong as well, but it's for pro traders. The hourly and below, understand, the hourly and below is for pro traders. You gotta be able to know and incorporate in your patterns. If you're not incorporating in your patterns from every time frame, guys, hang out on that 4 hourly on the daily. I'm gonna tell you, hang out on the daily. Have a lot of spare cash for those lower levels. That's the idea. In high volatility, you need that spare, that heavy reserve capital. Now, you guys know, not financial advice, former hedge fund owner, private non-SEC. Guys, in terms of this, exciting to be on your team. I want to say that. Someone called me a mentor tonight. Chris, shout out to you. I just say, hey, I'm happy to be on your team. I'm a VIP member too, okay? Yes, it's my group, quote unquote, it's our group, guys. I'm excited to be on your team trading in 2022 and beyond. A lot incoming. Now, in terms of the move here, I will point out the fact also that on the daily, just note this pattern, please. Note this pattern on the daily as you mark up your charts, that it seems as if we have a bit of an expression here. It just seems as if we have a bit of an expression of a top line that would be a flat top. It just seems as if the market's trying to give us a little bit of an indication on this daily time frame. You guys see that? That we just slightly have that flat top resistance. Now, this would be a flat top descending support. That's a specific pattern. Yes, we have that overthrow here. What I'll tell you is this, okay? What I'll tell you is this. The biggest concern for the bulls right now, let's dig into it. You guys want to dig into it? We need to real quickly. Biggest concern for the bulls right now is not necessarily, let's say, a modified pattern up top. The hourly has the best look at a micro feature of a bull pennant. Pay attention to that, micro feature of a bull pennant. Micro, guys, micro. I pay attention to micro. I like a bigger pattern. And typically, unless it's a small bull flag, those micro bull flags like to fly. But when you just come off something, beware of micro, guys. Typically, the larger the pattern, the larger the expected move. Now, on the 30-minute time frame, I want you to go to 30-minute time frame. I brought this to the VIP earlier because I always like them to set up their trades first. And shout out to any VIP who are working, busy, not in the back. That's why I make these tapes as well, guys. Looking at a flat top resistance ascending line of support, right? That 30-minute time frame looks like a nice ascending triangle within itself. Now, we have a tendency to return to ascending triangles, to the flat top resistance on an ascending triangle. With that said, along a specified, pay attention, VIP, please pay attention to this. Along, and this is just notable from our data, okay? Along, let me go ahead and see if I can hide our indicator for just one moment. I hate to take it off the screen, but looking at it here, guys, in terms of the factors to consider in terms of a return to, an expected return to a flat top resistance on an ascending triangulation, I will tell you we have seen fewer returns, pay attention, fewer returns when the specific ascending triangulation is along a specified channel formation, i.e. Elliott wave, okay? We've seen fewer, not that it's avoidable, because nearly it becomes a situation, guys, where it becomes almost unavoidable. In certain circumstances, a return to a flat top resistance, the probabilities are very high in certain circumstances. The situations where we have seen it avoided has been along the specific level of support of a channel formation. Just note such, not that it's guaranteed that we won't revisit, but we have noted that as a part of our data analytics in the back for VIP. Shout out to Luke. We do a lot of that in the back, don't we, Luke? Yeah, I know that you're privy to that. Luke's one of the longest time VIP. Shout out to him. Shout out to AJ Crypto, Anthony, all the guys in the back. Hope you're doing well. I know that you're doing well too. That's nice to see you guys. And I got a lot more where that came from. Don't get me into Steve and everybody else. We're gonna talk all everybody. Everybody's turning into a veteran. I tell you that, from Jubal to Chris, I'm starting to see you more often in the back. It's great. Just everybody, you guys are doing well. Sean's a veteran now. Guys, you're doing a great job. We're building a great team, and it's just gonna get better. 2023, we're gonna be exploding. It's gonna be nice, guys. So, looking at this framework, I want to share this with you. I want to, guys, invite you, if you need to look at the Matic and look at the Ethereum charts. Matic has a better overall performance. Ethereum's a bit more like Bitcoin in terms of the ascending triangulation. A little bit of an overshot here on Ethereum, right? Matic has a nice flat line on top. It looks good, guys. So when you're in an ascending triangulation, if you trade a lot, I'm going to tell you this. When you're in an ascending triangle, and you tell me if it's any different, because I know you guys trade a lot, but generally, when you're in an ascending triangulation and you have an underlying pickup, you want the ascending triangle to break out, right? You want to try and avoid, I'll just tell you, you want to try and avoid, if you can from a trading standpoint, you want to try and avoid a trappy situation up in this level. You just do, on the point of potential breakout here. You just do. You want to try and avoid that. Now, what will the bears be pushing? Okay, what will the bears be pushing? And when we're in an information-sensitive environment like this, understand we may have flux in the markets very quickly, even potentially before, right? We may have another any other incident like a news flash or an update or a comment or something projected into the market which can affect whether or not, let's say, a probability of something going 60-40, all of a sudden you'll see that 40 pop up real quick, right? Just be aware of that. We spend a lot of time watching Bloomberg, guys. You know that all day long it's on. We pay attention to that for the data, economic data releases and otherwise. But we suggest that you do that. I think $3-4 a month, get yourself a Bloomberg, small application there. I always say a small subscription to Bloomberg if you like to. Don't like to plug anybody, but they're financially oriented. And they have crypto. Looking at this specific pattern is not ideal for the bulls, okay? It's not ideal for the bulls. I'll say one other pattern, it's a rising wedge, typically very bearish. Another pattern, not ideal for the bulls. These require a lot of power. For the record, I will tell you, these require a lot of power, okay? To the extent that you're looking at a reverse triangulation here for Bitcoin to do what I'm about to draw with a brush here. And pay attention, shout out to the VIP. Mars, you're getting to be a veteran as well. Yasmin, I hope your 100 rounds are going well. I hope your baking is going well also. Without a doubt, I hope that bake business is going well. Now, looking at this, for Bitcoin to do what I'm about to draw out to do, this is not easy. Pay attention. This specific pattern, I normally say it has to turn into a monster for this to happen. I mean it, guys, I mean it. But for Bitcoin to power up and through and to produce, look at this, at the top of this specific level of resistance, okay, of this triangulation, and the triangulation, support, resistance. You see that triangulation that's marked there? For Bitcoin to do this and then to power up the amplitude of that triangulation, I was gonna tell you, it turns into a situation where literally we get to the target, I'll tell you, we get to the target of the ascending triangle, but this is a difficult move. Typically when we see this, it's like, it's guys to get up there and then power through this type of a reverse triangulation. I just tell you, Bitcoin or any coin gets after it on this type of a pattern, it's gonna have to turn into a monster. It's literally gonna have to power through, get some momentum like you couldn't believe, and really kick it up with some power. So I'm on the record with you guys as saying that we will be trading, and you guys know this, we will be trading on the micro. The micro dictates the macro. And yes, you can say the macro is hugely important and must be incorporated into that micro, particularly on your patterns, guys. I say on your targets on the 5-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour. You've got to bring in, like we did earlier on, that daily. So in the background, you see 15 monitors. This is not for just showtime, guys. It is very relevant. You guys wonder how we're catching all these trades? How are we catching all these patterns? Boom, you see it behind you. Without a doubt, guys, without a doubt, just bam, all day long, we've got it. We're cooking with gas. Very exciting in terms of the, guys, the structure, infrastructure we're building in 2022. Special shout out to Venus. Glad to be building with you in 2022 and beyond. A lot of excitement incoming. A lot of excitement. Very excited. It's going to be a great 2023. It's already incredible 2022. So in terms of the feature, we got you guys up through this pattern. I know it seemed like, well, it was a long shot. London saying we're in a bullish pattern. Indeed, we were. Appreciate you guys being patient with me. And I'll say this, in terms of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, are we at the 5? Guys, I'm going to say, is this a 1, 2, 3, 4? We'd like to see more of a fifth wave. I got a bottom line tell you, whether or not we're going to be challenging on this daily, maybe the most important thing to realize, whether or not we're going to be challenging on the daily, this degree of a rising wedge, the fifth wave is going to require us to be operating up and over this rising wedge. It's not ideal. I'm going to tell you guys, and I don't want to be a 50-50 kind of player on this in terms of what direction things are going to be going. I would ask you to please go to the 4 hourly. I will tell you the following. The 4 hourly has been very, very solid on our QKD. It has been very solid on our indicator bottom line. More solid than patterns, More so, guys, I'm going to tell you, we've looked at it. In terms of the buy lines, ultimate trajectories, the pro lines, the golden short lines, I'm going to be watching our indicators. Highly calculated, it's in line with machine learning, literal machine learning and kernel derivatives. I'm going to tell you, and guys, we have a triple kernel derivative in the background behind this that's currently being tested of 3 separate kernel functions. They're off the market, guys. They're completely next level. So as we look at this, I'm also framing some more into the equation. Right now, let's enjoy the move that we just had. Let's dig into with the understanding that we just hit the top pro line. That is the level of resistance, the hit that you're currently seeing right now. If I clean this chart up just so that you understand, that is the pro line that we just hit into. Guys, it's a very, very solid weighted average. I have to say it's a solid weighted average. Becomes more solid the more extreme we can get. If we can get into the golden short line. Now, ice cold short, guys, on a 4 hourly would be beautiful. Let's trade, guys, let's trade. Understand, even on that 4 hourly, that this specific move is going to require Bitcoin to become a monster. We'll talk about Elliott wave pressure in the back. We'll talk about Volkowski and probabilities. I'll give that information. I'll give it to the VIP. First of all, I want to invite you to join our trade group if you're enjoying learning. Guys, now's the time to learn. Now's the time to dig in. Again, bear market, bull market, we want it to be our market. We want it to be your market as well. You can join today with this specific link. And guys, it'll give you access to the indicator. This specific link here is for BTCC, the #1 exchange, guys. It's been around longer than any other exchange. It's the longest standing crypto exchange, guys, on the market. So that link right here will give you $3,500 in terms of a deposit. You can trade, guys, you can trade what you want to. Meta, Apple, some cool stuff, guys, Tesla, etc. in token form. You'll like the exchange. Try it out. And we'd love to have you join. This is London with Bitcoin Spike. I appreciate you guys being patient. A lot of set up in the back ongoing. We will be talking, guys, soon. In terms of in the back, I'll give you guys a quick video just to make some exclusive content for VIP. This is London with Bitcoin Spike. Let's go get it, guys. Way to trade that micro bull. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.